We haven't done Stray Kids content since here 3 weeks ago. So if you clicked on this video, it probably means you already know Stray Kids. And if you know Stray Kids, you know how popular they are, right? I don't have to emphasize on how popular Stray Kids is, but you know how popularity of K-pop groups sometimes differ from country to country? And where is Stray Kids from? Obviously, since it's K-pop, they're from Korea. And there's this weird phenomenon about Stray Kids and their popularity in Korea. So today I just wanted to tell you guys the impression slash popularity of Stray Kids within Korea and why certain things are different and why it's this way. So the reason why I even decided to do this content is because I saw this news article. So it's in Korean, but I'll just translate for you guys. It basically says, born in 2001, Stray Kids IN bought $9 million house, all by cash. Stray Kids member IN apparently bought $9 million house in Korea, and it was all by cash, without any rent, without any loans. And IN debuted in Stray Kids, and they were the first artist to hit number 1 8 times in Billboard charts, and they're proving their global power. And there's IN right here. What do you guys think people's reaction to this were? By the way, this is old news. This is not even new news. What do you guys think Korean people reactions? So I already know Stray Kids. I already like Stray Kids. So my reaction was, get it, my boy. And another thing was, 9 million? That's very humble for IN. He could probably get what, like 20 million? You guys agree? And then the top comment literally explains the entire Korean people's impression. It says right here, I got shocked at 9 million once. And the second time, I got shocked at all cash. And third time, I got shocked that this is an idol I haven't heard before. By the way, before I go further, this is not meant to be like, oh, hate on Korea, Korea's trash. Please, I don't make hate content like that. And that person wasn't even being hateful. They were saying how shocked they were with the price, and they were also shocked how they didn't know who they were. Don't you think Stray Kids come like right under, in terms of influence and commercial success, they're S tier. There isn't that many groups in the world that goes above them, like maybe like BTS. But at the same time, why is there so little people who know about Stray Kids in Korea? So we'll talk about how are they actually popular. So this is global artist chart in 2025. By the way, it's 2026 right now, but so it's last year. And number 1 is Taylor Swift. Literally, number 2 is Stray Kids. Do you see what I'm talking about? They're literally number 2. And there's Drake and Bad Bunny, and you get the idea. They're number 2. They're that undoubtedly famous. You already knew this information. This is not even a new information. Stray Kids' first 8th release, all top chart, set Billboard record, the Do It one. Stray Kids' November release, and number 1 in Billboard 200. Just before Thanksgiving, they dropped this. I don't even have to emphasize. This is just all the evidences of how popular they are. Yeah. Go get it, Kings. Go get it. Stray Kids announced 20 new stadium dates for 2025 World Tour. K-pop band Stray Kids with the Maniac outing. There's all these tours. Some of you guys probably might have went to some of these. You know how those were global indicators? Globally, without doubt, there's a statistic that Korean media and Korean government and Korean press made. Basically, they measured the influence of celebrities within Korea. Like, for example, who do you guys think is more globally popular? IU or Justin Bieber? Obviously Justin Bieber, right? But who do you think would be more popular in Korea? Obviously IU. In the same sense, there's a difference between global pop star and domestic stars. And here are the top 10 of within Korea. So this was 2025, and what they do is they do a survey of how much influence these singers have, as well as how much they're quote quote loved. So it's called brand power. And they have 2 categories for age 13 to 39, so younger generation, and 40 and above. And look, number 1 is IU, number 2 is Blackpink, number 3 is aespa, number 4 IVE, number 5 New Jeans, then BTS, G-Dragon, Rose, Hwangaram, and Day6. I feel like if you're an international fan of K-pop, you'll be really shocked at this. This is really accurate. As someone who lives in Korea, this is actually the impression in Korea. Are you guys aware that boy groups in K-pop are not a public pick in Korea? The word K-pop is sort of a unique genre, but within Korea, K-pop is also Korean's pop music. And within Korean pop music, generally, 90% of pop music that are being played on air is all girl group music. Internationally, boy groups tend to dominate. But domestically, whenever you go to cafe, you guys ever traveled to Korea recently? It's all girl group music. See, we can't find Stray Kids anywhere here. Even BTS is 6. and we look at the songs, there's not that many boy groups. Very interesting, isn't it? So there's a big strategy difference between girl groups and boy groups. When it comes to music, you know how music is also a fan business? Well, imagine like a pyramid. There are some artists that has a wide audience traffic, but then the fandom depth is small. And meanwhile, there are artists where they have a smaller audience, but then their depth of the fandom is much deeper. So imagine, generally almost always, the boy groups, their awareness in the public is way less, but then the core fans are so much deeper. Meanwhile, girl groups, there's more awareness publicly, but at the same time, the depth is less. I actually have an analysis on this. This is not scientific. This is just my personal opinion. Do you guys know why? It's because girl groups appeal to both guys and girls. Meanwhile, guy groups doesn't appeal to guys. Boy groups are only appealing to girls. Meanwhile, girl groups are appealing to all audience. Obviously, there are some boy groups that used to appeal to all audience, boy and girl, such as Big Bang or SHINee, but that was a little bit more older in the days. But who do you think spends money? It's all girls. Guys don't spend money. This is just straight up facts. This is not me to hate on men or anything like that. Guys, I'm a man. Why would I hate on another man? But even though these girl groups are very popular in Korea and there's a lot of public awareness, guys would listen to the songs, but they wouldn't ever purchase a single album. They wouldn't ever go to the concert. They wouldn't go to fan meeting. Instead, they would maybe watch the fan cams, maybe watch the song music videos. The depth of the fandom from guys are very low. Even, do you know who the core fans of girl groups are? It's not guys. It's all girls. People who don't know K-pop would probably think, oh, girl groups are liked by guys and guy groups are liked by girls. No. They're all both liked by girls. Core fans at the end of the day are all girls. So the strategy for girl groups and guy groups is totally different because guy groups, K-pop just doesn't appeal to male audience. As a result, the route they're taking is, you know how there's multiple things such as promotion, entertainment show? Have you guys really seen Stray Kids appearing in Korean TV variety shows? In my opinion, they really don't go on them. I know this for sure. In comparison to what? Blackpink or aespa. Why? It's not because they're not popular enough. They just don't need to go there. But yeah, Stray Kids rarely go there. They don't need to. They just don't need to appeal to general public that aren't going to become their core fans. Now let's look more into the detail of it. Okay, now. So, Hyosang, are you saying people in Korea just doesn't like Stray Kids? That's not true. You know how I just talked about the depth? Look at the chart sales. Number 1 album in 2025. Karma, Stray Kids. Number 2, 17. Number 3, Stray Kids, Do It. Number 4, ENHYPEN. Number 5, TXT. Number 6, Zero Base 1. What does this mean? Guys, what does this mean? You notice how these are all male groups? In comparison to the other data we just saw where all these popular singers are IU, Blackpink, aespa, IVE, New Jeans. Over here is Stray Kids, 17, ENHYPEN, TXT, Zero Base 1. That makes sense. So, the Korean fans, okay, if I say it like, Korean stays don't do anything, that's not true. Korean stays, they're really loyal. They're really strong fandom. And they spend money to be able to put Stray Kids on top of the charts. The women are purchasing. So you can't even point fingers at Korean stays and be like, you need to promote your group more in Korea. It's not like that. They're doing their best. And again, Stray Kids dominate world toursies. So as a result, when you go to Korea and ask a random person, such as 40-year guide, do you know Stray Kids? They'll say, Stray what? Stray 뭐? 방탄소년단밖에 몰라. I only know BTS. Now, this is a little bit more of a deeper talk. Is it good that BTS is well known to general audience while Stray Kid isn't? I don't usually like to compare groups, and this is not to make a competition. This is just more for analysis. Everybody in Korea knows BTS. Meanwhile, not that many people know Stray Kids. I actually think this is really good for Stray Kids because when I say everybody knows BTS, they're not even fans. Generally, when people just know these celebrities aren't just there to be loved. They're used as political device. They're used as person to hate on. They're used as people to express anger. So whenever anything's wrong with K-pop, literally, it's not even BTS related. Imagine some K-pop artist does something wrong. Then people point fingers at who? Point at BTS and be like, all these idols, disgusting. BTS literally breathes, BTS literally runs. So in some way, Stray Kids has the protection. You don't need to spread awareness of Stray Kids to 40-year-old, 50-year-old males and other audience that will never spend money on Stray Kids. By the way, I'm not saying the stays aren't there. I'm just talking about general trends in the market. I'm not trying to deny. You know what I'm talking about, right? It's not good because only thing the more awareness is going to lead to is just more cancel. Just look, guys. When IN purchased the $9 million house, I brought a nice comment, but there were really mean comments saying like, wow, 누구 idols are making so much money. I wish I was born as a 누구 idol. And I literally saw that comment and I thought, it's not even worth talking to a pig. Like, I don't even know where to start the explanation. And it's not like these people would ever listen. You guys see what I mean? Like, where do you start explaining? Like, literally, I stood here 30 minutes showing about they're literally global chart number 2. And they're saying 누구. Because, why? For a lot of people, their entire world evolves around them. They think they know the world. They think they know Korea. But all they know is 10 people that they talk to every day. So if their 10 buddies doesn't know Stray Kids, then nobody knows Stray Kids in the world. On top of this, in Korean news, Stray Kids doesn't appear often. I think this is a good thing. Guys, when your idol appears on Korea's Fox 5 or Fox 9 News, NBC, SBS, it's not a good thing. You don't want to see your bias there. It's most likely some kind of cancel, some kind of criminal. In that sense, Stray Kids have been very good on keeping their record clean. Why do you think these medias would all of a sudden shout out your favorite band? They're not nice people. All they want is attention and people to hate on. So the fact that they mentioned your favorite group, that's like you go to those sushi places and you know how the chef brings the fish on the table and then they cut it up? You just become the fish on the table for people to tear apart. Exactly, it just brings more diss and hate. I just want to say, right now, the Stray Kids position is the best as it could be. Where they're getting all the album sale. look, they're collecting all the money, but they're not getting hated by random people they don't need to. Isn't that ideal? So another thing is, if you watch a lot of Stray Kids content and live, you will see how members talk about, oh, like, you know us? Oh, a lot of Korean people don't know us. And in some way, they're being humble. But in some way, now that kind of makes sense, right? I feel like international fans, whenever you see any Stray Kids member saying that, you'll be like, what are they talking about? Like, you can't even understand like what they mean by we're not popular in Korea. But now you kind of get the idea. JYP appealed very well to only the target audience. They did their promotion really well. So hopefully this doesn't lead to any kind of negative comments. I really always want to talk about positive things. I don't want people to either like hate on Korea or, there's so many hating things out there. So I just want to talk about this phenomenon. Nice. I'll try to come back with more Stray Kids content. Like I mentioned earlier, the only reason why I don't do more Stray Kids content is because stay power is so strong that whenever I post a Stray Kids video, the views get dominated by stays. It gets so much views. But then I don't want the channel to become a only Stray Kids channel. I want to become just overall general what I talk about. And I'm afraid the algorithm's gonna think, oh, this is a Stray Kids fan channel. What is a Stray City? What is that? I don't know what that is. Is a Stray Kids festival? Where? Event in Latin America? What? What? Wait, what is this? What is this? Alright, let me see. It shows a literal Stray City. Latin America with Nexi. Oh, are they all coming? Oh, I see. It's cute how they're bringing Nexi. This is sort of their baby group. When is it? September 9th. 5 in. So 1 in Colombia, Argentina, Mexico. I see. That actually sounds fun. He'll take us? Girl, I can't even afford my ticket and my plane. They're all sold out, but they added another country. I see. These kind of things, when you realize it's there, it's already sold out. Okay, no, there is also a Stray Kids health issue. Guys, about a month ago, I made a video saying I wish Stray Kids make a comeback. I'm so sorry. I just said it because I just wanted to hear some new music and I wanted to be excited for the comeback. But recently, I've been finding out more and more how all the members are physically and mentally tired. I don't know, I just wanted like, come back. So I'm sorry. I think a long time ago, I made a video about overworking. I think it's around time Well, thing is, I do want to talk about Stray Kids overworking, but at the same time, I don't want to bring negative energy to the channel. So that's the only reason why I'm not making a video out of it. But I genuinely think Here's the thing. The difference between Stray Kids overworking and N-hyphen overworking, in my opinion, is JYP gives a little more time to Stray Kids when they need the rest than B-Lift does to N-hyphen. I don't know if you guys agree with that. They both, all companies run idols on an extreme schedule, but I feel like at least JYP has a slight humaneness in comparison to other companies. Yeah, JYP isn't even the CEO anymore. It's just a company. Do you think it's because JYP is idol as well and can relate? Oh, that's true, but I also just think JYP is better human. I don't know if you guys agree with this. I've been saying this for over several years now. I genuinely think JYP is just more... I'm not saying he's perfect. He has a lot of fault as well, and people see him as weird. But you know how people who are weird are generally more humane people than the cold CEOs? Do you guys see where I'm coming from? I feel like a lot of people at the top chain of K-pop industry, they're not musicians. They're more of cold-blooded businessmen. In fact, in order for them to make the company that successful, you have to be a cold businessman. If you're just warm-hearted musician, you actually can't get there. But at the same time, when the CEO is like that, then the artist underneath it suffers from overworking or they get suppressed from their artistic freedom. So in comparison to other people, I always thought JYP could relate more as an artist to artist. But it's kind of sad he's no longer CEO of JYP. So I always prefer whether CEO, whether the idol themselves. I like when musicians lead the company and musicians make the songs, and you guys get the idea. Defending JYP Opar at all costs. Yo, I think you're the best CEO. Guys, eventually, I think I'm going to run a music company. I'm talking about in the next 30, 40 years. That's what I'm talking about. It's not even like I want to be. I just think right now, I do my music because I'm young and I want to do my music. But you know how as people get older, you won't have as much demand as a singer or artist? Well, it would be great if I could. But realistically, yo, can I be an idol under your company? Girl, by the time I make an idol company, you're gonna have 3 kids and we're gonna be too old to be even debut as Spice Girls. We're gonna be like, what? Like, there's a group in Korea called Big Mama. Okay, let me stop. Let me stop. Your mom would agree. I bet your mom would agree on this. Then I would do Hitman Hyo introducing the second audition. 랩 스케일 노래로 상대방의 기선을 제압해. Do you guys not know what this is? Is this old? I thought this was like a global knowledge. You don't know this meme? You guys don't know 랩 스케일 노래로 상대방의 기선을 제압해. Are you serious? Wait, am I old? This can't be real. I don't know if there's a textbook, but if there was a K-pop meme textbook, this is chapter 3. Can't believe kids nowadays don't know about this. But thank you so much for listening. Thank you. Now I have to film a thumbnail.